Hi guys! Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. First time doing a Google Hangout and took a little bit longer to set up than I was expecting. I'm here and I'm ready to start the masterclass. So if you're joining me, if you can just let me know if you can hear me, okay? So I'm not just mouth moving and no sound coming out. So the way that this masterclass is going to work is it's going to be slides with me talking. There is a question box, so you can ask me questions at any point, and I'll answer them when it feels appropriate and right, or I may wait to the end so we can ensure that all the questions are answered together. Yeah, so I think that's it. So let me just set up the slideshow. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys and then we can take a look at that. Just give me one moment. And as you're coming on, if you want to let me know where you're listening at, where in the world you are. I know we've got people from all around the world joining us today. So it would be really great to know where you are. And even how you heard about this, because that's good for me. It's good to know where everyone is in the world. So let me just do this, all the techie stuff, and then we are ready to rumble. Okay, so you should be able to see steps to making money your friend with Verity Brown screen. So let me know, give me a emoji or whatever you want to do to let me know that that's what you can see. So first of all, thank you so much for being here today. This masterclass is going to be super important, super kind of life-changing. It's going to make you think about your relationship with money. And yeah, I feel very, very blessed to be able to hold this. It's something that I think is really important and should be really important for everyone. So let's dig right in. So basically, I'm going to explain who I am and why I'm doing this and what you can learn in the next 30 minutes. So my name is Verity Brown. I am a woman's empowerment and mindset coach, and I'm the founder of the C-Stop Plan, which stands for Stop Existing and Start Actually Living Today. So just so you know my background, I'm a marketer. I was a marketer for 10 years, worked in the big cities in the UK, and I still do marketing. I love marketing, but I'm telling you that because I have a very 50-50 in my left and right brain. So I'm super creative and I'm super logical, and I mix those things up. And that's why things like this are just really beautiful subjects for me, because they really get me excited and I feel super passionate about them. So this is why I hope that this next half an hour will be super, super helpful for you as well. So the reason I started working within money mindset is, first of all, that it comes up in client conversations all the time. So I run one-to-one client sessions. I have goddess circles that I facilitate, and money is kind of bubbles under the surface a lot. And then I also have my own experience with it. I basically had this, I suppose, epiphany that my whole life I just not really had a relationship with money, or had a poor one, and it just made me stop and think about a lot of things. And so then working with women who have similar, it's really brought it all together for me, and it really makes me want to explore this subject and help other women. So this is why I'm here doing this. And as I say, I hope you find it fruitful. Please ask questions throughout. So what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes? So I'm going to take you through the 5 key steps in understanding your relationship with money. So that's what we're going to start with, that kind of, what is your relationship with money at the moment, right in the present, at this current time? What is your relationship with money? We're then going to look at why you have that relationship. You know, where has this come from? And then what can you do to start changing this? What can you do right now to make this the last day that you have a non-existent or bad relationship with money? And then we're going to look at how to stop ignoring it, which sounds a bit strange, but we do, believe me, we do. We need to embrace that. And also how to invite more money in now. You know, that comes right at the last. We need to get everything in order before we can even think about trying to get more money coming in. And this may be where you've been going wrong before. So super important that we understand our relationship first, and then we move through the steps. So it's going to be 5 steps. Like I say, half an hour. We're going to zoom through it. We're going to get it done. We're going to get questions answered. I want this to be really, really beneficial. By you signing up to this, by you turning up, you're already halfway there. It's incredible. There's so many people who see it and don't sign up, or see it, sign up and don't bother turning up. So the fact you've turned up is brilliant, and you're dedicated to making this change in your life. So massive, massive well done. And yeah, it's just super exciting. So let's just highlight this a little bit first. So I've said here, your poor relationship with money is probably why your manifesting isn't working. And we will come to that in a bit. But basically, that experience that I had, the universe was not going to let me have any more money whilst my relationship with it was rubbish. Because, well, we'll come to it later. But yeah, it was a big, like, oh right, okay, that makes sense now. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So I just want to let you know, I want to be honest up front. A part of the reason I'm running this webinar is so I can let people know about a course that I'm running, 31 Days to Making Money Your Friend. It starts 9th of October. It's 31 days long, and it's just £53. Now, I've been on webinars like this before, where people either don't tell you about the course that they're going to sell, and at the end there's this whole spiel about it, or it's like a 10 grand course or something ridiculous. No, this is £53. Why is it £53? It's the first time I'm doing it. I'm doing it with a lady who's a spiritual healer. The content is freaking amazing, and it's worth £500. But we want to get ladies in so we can give it a go, see what works well, and you know, kind of have a play with it, and make sure that the women they're just have life-changing moments really when it comes to money. So I will tell you more about that at the end, but feel free to watch the webinar, switch off when that comes on. But I think if you're enjoying this webinar, you will find that course super, super beneficial for you. Okay, so ladies, it's time to take your power back. Are you ready to make money your new bestie? I hope you have just answered yes, because that's what we're going to do. Now, what I recommend is, I hope you've already got a nice cup of tea or coffee or wine or water wherever you are in the world, and get a pen and paper. It's best to have pen and paper rather than your phone or a Word document or something, but that will do. But pen and paper, there's something really beautiful about physically writing things down. It really instills in your mind a lot better. So if you can grab a pen and paper in this moment, then brilliant. And then we can get started with step 1. So step 1, understand your relationship with money. Basically, there are 4 types of people, 4 main types, and you're probably going to recognize which one you are out of these. So the first one is the splurger. So the splurger is someone who basically spends more money than they have, and habitually. So you know, they don't just have a random blowout once, but they constantly are kind of, you know, racking up credit card bills or debt, or you know, they they live a champagne lifestyle on a prosecco wage kind of thing. So that's the splurger. The second type is the saver. So someone who really just doesn't live life to the full, but have a lot of money in the bank. So they're scared of spending it. And they are worried that, you know, it one day may not be there. So they have to make sure that there's a lot in there so it never runs out, even though they never spend it. And there's this real kind of fear around money. So that's the other one. There's the ignorer. Now, the ignorer is someone who basically has pretty much zero relationship with money. They just don't really have much of an idea of what's coming in, what's going out. Just, you know, if any bills come in, or you know, there's not a huge interaction with money. They just kind of hope for the best, hope that, you know, it will be there, and, you know, everything will be fine until probably one day it isn't, and then they think, oh damn, I should have sorted that out. Okay, and the next is the leveler. So the leveler is someone who every single month will finish on zero. So they know exactly what's coming in, they know exactly what's going out, and they finish spot on zero every month. So there's no debt, but there's also no saving. They are just level on zero. They live life day by day, and that's it. They are spot on zero-ish every month. So they're the four types. So we've got the saver, the splurger, the leveler, and the ignorer. So I'd love you to tell me now which one you are. It's really interesting. I think we'll have a mix of people. And so just so you know what I am, or was, I was definitely an ignorer for all life until recently, and that kind of fed into a slight splurger attitude. I kind of was a combination of both, but my dominant was ignorer. I would just have a zero relationship with money. It was there, it came in, it went out. But if anyone said to me, how much have you spent on food this month, or you know, if I didn't have a regular wage, I wouldn't really know what was coming in. And yeah, definitely massive ignorer. So that was me. So yeah, pop in the chat box what you are. Step 2, so understand why you have that relationship. So this doesn't just come out of thin air. We are all wired when we're younger to particular things, and so basically, when you're younger, your brain takes in messages that is all around you. So for me, I heard a lot, we can't afford that, and that's too expensive. Oh, that's only for rich people. Rich people get richer, poor people get poorer. I had all that. I was brought up in a very working class family in a very poor UK seaside town, and I was raised with those words constantly fed to me, and so because of that, so you can either go one of two ways when you're raised like that. So for me, as soon as I started making money, I felt like I deserved it and that I was worthy of it, and that I was going to spend it because I'd spent the first 18 years of my life not being able to spend money freely. So that was the reaction I had. Whereas I've spoken to other women who have had a similar upbringing, but they were so scared that they would go back to having no money like they had when they grew up, that they then were massive savers because they were petrified that they never wanted to go back to having no money. So as soon as they started earning, they started saving. So it really depends, A, on the message you're brought up with, and B, you know, what your personality is and how you react to those messages. For people who kind of were brought up in maybe a more affluent environment, I mean, they say thoughts become things. So I'm a great believer that if you never had to really worry about money, then you will never have negative thoughts about it. So that is why, in my mind, the rich get richer, because they always see money in a positive light because they've never known any different. So maybe just think about that. Maybe just think, if you started to see money in a positive light, that, you know, it would maybe help generate more. And we'll come on to things like that right at the end, because right now you need to understand why you have the relationship that you do. So why are you one of those four things, or a mixture? What happened in your upbringing? You know, what happened in your young, kind of your 20s, university? What messages were you constantly absorbing that made you have that relationship that you have now with money? So again, like let me know in the comments, because it's super interesting to know, you know, what things had that effect on you. And yeah, it means that we can kind of do a bit of work on that, and really understand and get rid of those blocks, that are occurring. So understand step 3, understand what you can do to start changing this. So you now know what kind of relationship you have with money, and you've started to figure out exactly why you've got that relationship. So now we need to figure out exactly what you can do to start changing this. So this is where mindset comes in. I, all my life, felt like I deserve money in adulthood because I didn't have it when I was younger, which meant that I just spent without a true awareness, because I didn't really want to know. I didn't really want to count how much I had. I just wanted to enjoy my life, because for 18 years it was quite restricted in my enjoyment when it came to finances. But then that kind of ignorance led to a really, really poor and bad relationship with money. And I found that my own language was really negative as well. You know, like I would constantly say, oh, I can't afford that. Or I would agree to things that I couldn't afford because I was trying to fill a gap in my life of sadness, loneliness, whatever you want to call it. I turned to money as like a rock, a crook, and yeah, it was just not good. And so I've had to change my mindset. I've had to, first of all, be really grateful for the money that I have. So gratitude is a massive, massive thing when it comes to being more abundant in life. When it comes to money, you have to be grateful for what you currently have. It is as simple as that. Even if that is barely nothing, you have to be grateful for what you currently have. And the important thing about mindset is that you need to be patient, and you need to do things daily, because rewiring your mind when it comes to mindset isn't an overnight thing. It's really, really difficult to do it so it becomes a daily habit, a positive daily habit, something that just comes so naturally to you. So we really need to work on that daily. And some of the things that we can do is catch our dialogue. So if we start thinking or saying we can't afford something, or if we continue to splurge, then we need to take action into sorting that out. So a few things that we can do. We need to start building our relationship with money as a physical entity. I heard on the radio today that they are closing, I think it was 250 cash machines a month in England. And they were discussing why. And one of the reasons was because people don't use cash anymore. And I am so guilty of that. I, up until recently, used my card for everything, especially in London. In London, if you get cash out, they look shocked. They're like, "Oh, I thought we were just going to pay contactless." And contactless is the other thing. You're not even typing in a PIN. You're not even aware that you're paying because you're just tapping and going. And we've lost that relationship with physical hard cash. And what that means is that we've not got the opportunity to say thank you when we pay in our minds to the cash. There is just a real disconnect, and there's a danger that we then just become totally unaware of what we're doing, what we're spending, where it's going. Is it of value? Are we just wasting it? And this is where the danger is. This is where that relationship breaks down. And so if you were to do one thing, start using cash again. It's going to take a while. It took me a while because I'd forget to get it out, and then or I wouldn't have enough. I didn't want to carry loads of cash around with me. So if I went, I wouldn't have enough and stuff. But oh my gosh, it feels so good to use cash. It feels like a ritual, paying with cash and being appreciative and, handing it over and being thankful. And so that is a massive, massive thing. Naturally changes your mindset because money is so physically present then around you. And another thing that I have started, that I started doing, and this was really hard for me, but it was because I couldn't break the habit without doing this. But I took my credit cards out of my bag. And that was super hard because I have used credit cards for probably over a decade now. And I've always had a fairly, good relationship with paying them off, etc. But there was too much reliance on them. It meant that the detachment from money was too great. And I just had to take them out of my bag because otherwise I was defaulting to going to get them. So that's a major thing you can do too. But you just need to start thinking about what is your money mindset and what can you start to do to improve it, to change it. And, what I want you to do is I want you to think of something you can do now. Like, what can you do in the next few hours or tomorrow that's going to change that, that's going to improve it? You can. I don't want any excuses. Time is infinite. Be that woman who right now is going to take control of her life, who is going to just completely, get that power back when it comes to money. Like, be that woman. You can be that woman right now. So let me know in the comments exactly what you're going to do to improve your relationship with money in the next few hours or tomorrow. That would be so, so wonderful to know. Okay. So step 4, stop ignoring money. At first I was like, when I was kind of going through my own journey with money, I was like, ignore me? Like, what? Of course I don't ignore money. It's money. Why would I ignore money? Well, we do. So what I mean by that is, and this 4 and 5 are kind of linked. And this is where we go into a little bit more of the spiritual manifesting side of stuff. But basically, I read every book, watched every webinar, did every 5-step challenge about manifesting. And I was pretty successful in manifesting stuff, parking spaces, opportunities, whatever it would be. But when it came to money, it kind of worked a few times, but nothing crazy. And I thought, I don't get it. I'm doing everything right. I'm working my ass off for doing this right. I've read everything about manifesting. Why is it not working? And this is when the whole kind of light bulb moment came that it was because of my relationship with money. And one of the biggest things for me was I was ignoring money that was already around me. So I want to give you some examples of this. I had gift vouchers for shops in my local town in a drawer, waiting for, I don't know what, waiting for a day when maybe I had a penny left in the bank and I needed some tights or something. I don't know. But they were sat there and I'd had them there probably nearly a year. So they were probably due to expire. And that was money. It was sat. That's cash. That is money. It was sat there in my drawer and I was completely ignoring it. And I was just like, this is crazy. So I started spending them. And I know why I did it, because I thought, well, I keep them for when I want a treat. But it's like when you keep a bottle of champagne you get, and then 3 years down the line, you decide to open it. And because you've stored it really badly, it's gone off. And you think, I should have just drank this the day that I got it, because now I've wasted it. So stop ignoring money like that. The other one is kind of, I'm a massive advocate of being a minimalist, and I'm on the route, I'm on the path, but I'm nowhere there yet. But like, all my possessions fit into my bedroom. I don't have anything that isn't in my bedroom. So everything in my whole life that I own fits into my bedroom. I'm really proud of that. And that's taken 5, 6, 7 years to kind of slowly work that down. And so it's a little bit harder for me to find things that I don't want anymore to sell, because everything that I have is really precious. Having said that, I still have loads of stuff that I think, yeah, you know what, I could sell this. And so you have all this money sat around you, sat in things that you don't use anymore, and you're holding on to it for what? I don't know. So you need to kind of get a bit brutal. I always say, if you pick something up and it doesn't make your heart smile, or there's not a beautiful memory connected with it, or it isn't really practical, then get rid. Just get rid. If you're not ready to do that, then have a box and put it in the box. And then if a month's time there's still no emotion there, then get rid. So you have all this money around you. So why would the universe give more money to you when it's already there? It's already sat in drawers and gift vouchers. It's already in your wardrobe, in clothes that you can sell. Why would the universe give you more when you're ignoring the stuff that's around you? This is so key, and one of the biggest things when it comes to manifesting, that this is probably the reason why the money isn't coming to you that you're manifesting, because you already have money that you're ignoring around you. So I want you to take a look around, and I want you to tell me, what are you ignoring at the minute that's in your life? Tell me, what could you do right now in the next day? What could you do that would allow you to create some money, or identify money that's already there in your life that you're ignoring? You may like have a dormant account somewhere that you've just never touched, or that there's money everywhere, and we need to stop ignoring it. We need to be aware of it. And one of the terrible things that I used to do, I used to throw pennies away in the bottom of carrier bags, like I just didn't care. Like, oh, it's only a penny. Well, a penny or £1 million, I'm being disrespectful to money, and the universe isn't going to give me any more if I'm disrespectful, no matter what the amount. So you need to have respect for money, and you need to stop ignoring it. It's so super crucial. So let's move on to step 5. Manifest. Understanding how to invite more money in. So this is kind of the juicy part. While some of you may have signed up for this webinar, sip of water. So basically, this was the key to the door for me. I said I've tried to manifest money in the past, and I just didn't get it. I was like, why is this not working? It's worked for other things, but not money. And it's when I realized that my relationship with money wasn't great. And so I've done all these 4 steps that I've just taught you. to get to a point where I can easily manifest money now. And it feels really, really wonderful. Basically, the easiest way of putting this is, if you have a poor relationship with money, then the universe is going to be reluctant to give you more, because you are going to carry those habits on with the more money. So say, for instance, a few times I've tried to manifest winning the lottery, and all I would have done if I'd have won the lottery, if the universe had given me the option to win the lottery, I would have, and a lot of lottery winners do this, may I add, I would have, let's say 3 million. I would have spent it all. This is with my old mindset before I did all this work on me. I would have spent it all. I would have ended up back at square one, and possibly I would have ended up in a worse place, because when you have £3 million, you can probably get into more debt because you can get more credit. So because I didn't have a relationship with money, if I'd have won the lottery, I would have screwed it up. And that is kind of the best way to show you, kind of, this is how important it is to sort your relationship with money out before you try and request more into your life. It's the same for savers. If you currently have 10 grand in the bank and you haven't touched it for years and you don't want to touch it, and you win 3 million, and then you just decide to put most of that in the bank, then what good's that going to do anyone? The universe wants you to love and live and enjoy your life. And if it's going to give you an opportunity to win £3 million and you're not going to do anything with it, then that's just sad. It's a shame. And so this is why the relationship with money is so important when it comes to manifestation, because if we do not have a good relationship with money, then the universe isn't going to help us create more, because we are going to mess it up, and we are possibly going to get ourselves into a worse place than we were before. And so you really, really need to understand your relationship to invite more into your life. And then all the manifesting tips and tricks that you've been trying that probably haven't been working will be wonderful and beautiful and flow for you. So, a little exercise that you can do, which I love to do, you just need to write down an amount you're going to focus on what for, not the how, not the how, not the how. I need to feel it, not just think it, feel it. And make it realistic, something that you believe you are worthy of, that you can receive. We're going to manifesting so much in the course. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so if you're thinking, oh, how do I do all that? Then we go through it, don't worry. So questions. Please type them in the box. I will answer them really quickly. But first, I just want to tell you really quickly about this course. It's a course that I've created with a wonderful lady called Kim. She's a spiritual healer. I've had sessions with her. She's incredible. We both have had clients who've spoke a lot about money, about their money worries, their money troubles. And for me, the money mindset. And this varies, huge spectrum. And lots of different, kind of women from different backgrounds, different salaries, different issues. And we just felt a real pull towards doing a course about making money your friend. So this, we're not financial advisors, need to make that super, super clear. This is about you gaining power back with your money. So we have created this course, 31 days. It's going to be run in a private Facebook group. We are going to be in that group every single day with amazing content with support, answering questions. We're going to build a community of women to help each other out. It's going to be a space where you can talk about money. We don't talk about it, and that's part of the problem. Like, it is such a taboo subject, and it's crazy, and especially as women as well. Like, you know, guys sometimes can get away with the money talk. Women, it sometimes feels a bit crass, and we need to change that. We need to change that dialogue. If we're going to build relationships with money, we have to start talking about it. We have to be open and honest about it. And I think one of the biggest issues with money mindset is, you know, we never quite know the true situation of someone else. We never quite know, you know, when someone has a beautiful new car, if that new car they've bought with £15,000 hard cash, or if they bought it on a credit card that's at 30% interest a year, or if they've bought it on finance, or if they, you know, like, we don't know, and we just see the car as a symbol of status. And we don't know the story behind it, and then we judge, and then we, you know, struggle ourselves and criticize, and we need to stop this, and we need to talk about it. So this is the first time we've run it. 31 days, start 9th of October with the new moon. It is going to be logic and spirituality blended together. So you need to be someone who's going to be open-minded to the spirituality bit, and I will come onto that in a second. But the foundation of this course is sorting your relationship out in really practical, logical ways. We're going to give you all the tools to do that. This course and its content is worth £500. We're doing it for £53. Why are we doing it for £53? We want it to be accessible. We want as many women as possible to be on this first course, because we really want to give this a good shot and give people the opportunity. 53 is a divine number, as my lovely Kim tells me. So that's why we went for the 53. And you know, this is the first time. We're gonna like have a few bloopers and maybe a spelling error in the worksheet and stuff, you know. So we're charging 53. So you can maybe give us a little bit of grace if we do make a few tiny errors during the 31 days. It will never ever be at this price again. So yeah, so £53, and this is basically what it is. So it's going to be 3 modules. Day 1 to 10 is about understanding your current relationship with money, ins and outs, and budgeting. We're going to have spreadsheets, and we're also going to have paper templates. So we will adapt to you, whether you're a paper woman or a internet electronic woman, techie woman. So we're going to have all these amazing templates, spreadsheets, for you to really understand your ins and outs and to set budgets. We're going to look at your mindset blocks. So kind of look at step 2, 1 and 2, you know, what kind of relationship do you have, and where did that come from? We're going to set goals. We're going to have a real aim of achieving something by the end of that 31 days. You know, this isn't just fluff. This isn't just chat. This is getting you to take action. This is getting you to make this the first day of sorting all this out, sorting everything out that has stopped you from living your life truly. Remember, I'm the founder of the Seed Salt Plan. Stop existing and start actually living today. It is the foundation of everything I do. We're going to get that sorted. A gorgeous new moon ritual, whether you work with the moon or not. Oh my gosh, new moon rituals are amazing. And we are going to start with that on the opening night. We're going to be together as a group of women, and we're going to set our intentions for the next month with the new moon, and it's going to be blooming gorgeous. And then Kim, the gorgeous spiritual healer, she is expert in feng shui and angels. So we're going to be looking into how to work with your angels. This is an area that I don't know much about myself, so I'm super excited to do this. And I don't actually know much about feng shui either. So this is where me and Kim complement each other, because we really filling each other's gaps and skills, and it is just the most gorgeous partnership. I'm so excited to work with her. There's going to be live Q&As, so anything you're struggling with, anything you think, oh my gosh, this is too overwhelming, I don't know what they mean, how do I fill in this spreadsheet, I've broken the formula, we're there, we promise, we're there to hold your hand. This isn't a, here's a 31-day course, good luck, we're not going to talk to you again. This is hands-on. We're there every day in that group, and some gorgeous meditations, gorgeous meditations. If you're new to meditations, this is going to be perfect for you to try. Right, I'm going to whiz through the other two. Improving your relationship with money, that's module 2, that's days 11 to 20. Working on the physical presence with money, cash. Stop ignoring money in your life. We're going to have eBay parties. Oh yeah, we are going to sit down together and we are going to make some money from what is in our house, because I know how hard it is to find things and get them on eBay, because you cannot be bothered. So we're going to do that together. We're going to work on your mindset. We're going to get rid of all those bad habits, and we're going to shift everything and get working on that. Full moon ritual, different from new moon ritual. Full moon is all about forgiveness and gratitude. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, amazing. Can't wait to do that. We're going to continue with Feng Shui and angels, really delving in, seeing how you've got on, working through that. And again, more Q&As, more meditations. Last 10 days are going to be about inviting more money into your life. This is a juicy bit. You've done all that work over 20 days. You've really sorted it out. And now we're going to start manifesting. Now we're going to start teaching you how to review what you've done so far, how to manifest, how to really make it work, creating positive habits and mindsets. Another gorgeous new moon ritual, which is what we're going to finish on the closing party. And we're going to, continue working with that Feng Shui and angels, reviewing it, seeing what works, what doesn't, where you're struggling. And again, Q&As and meditations the whole way through. So I have a special offer. If you sign up to the course in the next 30 minutes, you will get a free 60-minute session with me. So I'm a mindset coach. We can work on whatever you want in that 60 minutes to do with mindset. The other option that I also give is a bespoke guided visualization. So what that is if you are trying to make a decision about something, or you're not sure about something and you need a bit of kind of tapping into the subconscious, then this is where these work. And normally I do guided visualizations, but this is going to be bespoke to you. This session is worth £60. So if you buy the course in the next 30 minutes for £53, I've just put the link in the comments. If you buy the course in the next 30 minutes, £53, you are basically going to make £7 because you're going to get this free. You're going to get this free 60-minute session. So it's kind of nothing to lose, but it is only for the next 30 minutes. Link is in the comments, theseasaltplan.com/money. You just sign up there. It's a PayPal button, £53. I will be able to see who signed up in the next 30 minutes. And then, yeah, and I'll be in contact and we will set up a gorgeous day for you to have your amazing session. Can't wait to work with you. Can't wait. Okay. So just to summarize, £53, that's 9th of October. It's worth 500. Guys, it's worth £500. Honestly, the content is incredible. And this is a mixture of practical and spiritual. And I really, the reason we're doing this is because we want to help women understand their money. We hear too many women come to us who have broken relationships with money, and we've been through ourselves, and we just don't want that to happen anymore. It's really rubbish. It has a massive effect on our well-being and anxiety, depression, etc. We don't want that to happen. We want women to be empowered by their money, no matter how much or how little they have. We want to be empowered. It's super, super important to us. So that is the end of the presentation. See if it comes back now. Hopefully. Hello. Hi, it's me. So I hope you found that really, really useful. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, leave a comment, and I can get back to you. Like I say, the offer for the free 60-minute session with me, it will be done virtually. So wherever you are in the world, you can do that. It's just for the next 30 minutes. So please purchase it in the next 30 minutes if you would like to take advantage of that offer. And thank you so much for watching. It's been a true honor. I hope it's brought so much value to you. And yeah, I hope to see you on the course in a few weeks' time. So have gorgeous days or evenings, whatever you are. And from me, Verity at the Sea Salt, I'll say bye-bye. Bye.